This tutorial is about using 3D charts in your iMovie projects. The charts will be created in Keynote. You'll learn how to ensure that the charts have a transparent background, so you'll be able to overlay the charts over your iMovie clips. You'll also see how to animate the charts. In the description below, you will see timestamps for the main points in this video, so you'll be able to come back to it and use it as a reference. As always, please like, subscribe, and press the bell. There was a previous tutorial about Keynote that allowed you to make animated text and use it in iMovie. If you're interested in that, press the I above. Let's now open Keynote and start creating the chart. First of all, we're going to create a new document, and we'll need to remove these titles. This is so that we can have a transparent background. We need to take the background to no fill. We need to also edit the master slide as no fill and take out the titles. Now, we're going to want to be able to do this in future, so why don't we save this document now as a template so we don't have to go through the process of removing the text every time we want to make a chart, and be sure that we have a transparent background. So now we'll come up to Save Theme, and we'll add this to the theme chooser, and we will create a new one. So let's call this Blank Transparent, and we'll now create a new Keynote document, and we'll use the Blank Transparent, and you can see that has no fill, and also the master slide has no fill and there's no text there. What we now need to do is to bring a graph in. So let's select the pie chart. We'll drop that in there. And just for the exercise, we'll put another graph in there. Normally you wouldn't have more than one graph in a document, but just so you can see how things work, we can modify the shape of this one. And in the center here, you can three-dimensionally affect it. So let's now just bring that in there so that it has some 3D feel to it. So let's now change the pie chart. So first of all, what we need to do is to select the pie chart, and then we can come into a different color scheme. We can add a title. The legend can show here, and you can change the items here. We can increase the depth of the chart, and you can change the lighting. So let's put a soft light on it. It's probably a little too soft, so let's go to the default. And then we can have some bevel showing between each of the wedges. If we go to the wedges here now, we can change the values. We can take them off the wedges. We can select the distance between each wedge. Now let's animate this wedge. So now we'll come up to the animate, and we'll add an effect, and we'll add the 3D grow, and you can see how that grows around here. Let's have it grow by wedge, and I'll preview that. Now that's a little slow, so let's shorten that, say 30 seconds. Much better. And we can now add another action. So let's say we want it to blink, and it's currently blinking 4 times. So let's blink twice, and we'll add another action to that. Let's say pulse. I don't like pulse, so we'll change that, and let's call it opacity. So it just fades in and fades out. Now that we've created the chart, we now want to export it. And so we come up to the File menu, and we select Export to Movie. Now this is important. We need to make sure that it's a transparent background. And to do that, we need to select the Custom, and we need to select Apple ProRes 4444. And make sure Export with Transparent Backgrounds is turned on. Now let's import that chart into iMovie. So let's go to the Finder. Here it is here, iMovie chart. We'll simply drag it into the harbour footage here, and you can see there's the chart there. We can now drag that down and pop it in the timeline, and you'll see how the chart overlays the video below. So if we play this now, we can see that graph is growing, but it's very slow, so we need to speed that up. We can simply click on the clip here, and right clicking on it, we can show the speed editor, and then we can drag it from the right hand side and you'll see it speeding up. The hair is showing in the middle, and we can speed that up a little bit more. And you can see it does the little fade out at the end with the pulse. And that's it over another clip, so you can see through. The transparency is working, but if you wanted to, you could have this as a clip of its own, and we could drag it into the timeline there. And if we play it now, it'll simply have a black background. If we wanted to have one of iMovie's backgrounds, we can select the backgrounds here. Let's select the pinstripes, and we'll drag that into the timeline. We'll drag this clip above it. You can play it now and see the background behind. So that's a 3D chart for use in iMovie. Please like and subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.